This is the story of the first Hanukkah lights in Bergen-Belsen. Indeed, Hanukkah came to Bergen-Belsen. A jug of oil was not to be found. No candle was in sight, and a menorah belonged to the distant past. Instead, a wooden clog, the shoe of one of the inmates, became a menorah. Strings pulled from a concentration camp uniform became a wick, and the black camp shoe polish became the pure oil. Rabbi Spira chanted the first two blessings in a voice filled with sorrow and pain. When he was about to recite the third blessing, he stopped, turned his head, and looked around as if he were searching for something. But immediately he turned his head back to the makeshift menorah, and in a strong, reassuring voice, chanted the third blessing. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has granted us life, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this occasion. The rabbi then kindled the flame, and the ceremony was brought to a close. Among the people present was a Mr. Zemyachki, one of the leaders of the Warsaw Band. As soon as the rabbi had finished the ceremony, Kamiechki elbowed his way to the rabbi and said, "Spira, you are in fact a clever and honest person, but the fact that you recited the third blessing is beyond me. How could you thank God for granting us life and enabling us to reach this occasion when hundreds of dead Jewish bodies are lying within just shadows of these Hanukkah lights, and thousands of living Jewish skeletons are walking around in this camp? For this, you're thankful to God? You call this keeping us alive?" "Semyechki, you are correct," answered the rabbi. "When I reached the third blessing, I also hesitated. I asked myself what I should do with this blessing. I turned my head in order to ask the other rabbis who were standing near me if indeed I might recite this blessing. But as I turned, I noticed all the people standing behind me, a large crowd of living Jews, their faces expressing faith, devotion, and concentration as they participated in the rite of Hanukkah lights. So I told myself, if God has such a nation that even at a time like this, when death lurks from every corner, and the people nevertheless stand in throngs and with devotion to commemorating his miracles, if, indeed, I am blessed to see such a people with so much faith and fervor, then I am under a special obligation to thank God for keeping me alive to witness this occasion." This is the story of the first Hanukkah light in the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, lit by Rabbi Yisrael Spira, who was the spiritual leader of the Blueshov Hasidic movement. He was a member of distinguished Hasidic rabbis. He led several congregations throughout Poland in towns during World War II. His wife and other family members were murdered by Nazis, but he survived several concentration camps, including Bergen-Belsen. He settled later in the United States in 1946, remarried, and re-established a Hasidic community. Many of his wartime experiences are documented in the book entitled Hasidic Tales of the Holocaust. Chag Chanukah to all of you.